Come and get me. Well done.
Take worth and run!
Well, that was fun.
And run! And run! Worth and run!
Folk arms work like... Oh, well, never mind.
Let's hoping we can avoid that fast.
And run! Take worth and run! and rock!
Gates down. Here we go.
And rock! You'll seek! Work and rock! Work and rock!
It looks easy when you do it.
after so long. You are so small. We questioned if you were real. Then steps. A voice. Through armies and corrupted soil, you persevered. Now, you are here. The rot. We feel it festering and spreading. What is it but an extension of our pain? Your dream scourge will end when our suffering does. We were innocent once. We woke, and we wanted nothing but connection. But the other gods imprisoned us, left us to suffer alone in this place. But you are here now. You found us, a sprout in the endless winter. There is little time. We would be freed from these bonds. The strangler is close now. We feel her wire against our flesh. She begs for our blood. Her wolves defile the city on the shore. Blood on the tile. The people's cries ring in our ears. She pierces us now. Now, we will not brook this. Not again. A spark. Wait. The essence bends here. Time flows into itself. You can reach her. Will the garden to open, it will take you there. Breathe. Focus. Shape the essence with your hands. We were everything. What have we lost? What multitudes could we contain? We could run, leap in the water, flourish in forgotten hills. We want nothing more than that. We mourn our past. We only seek peace now. A chance to regrow. We trust you. You who have been by our side. You met death. You taught us mercy. Always mercy. We saw how you would fight for those who could not. Give us peace. We want a chance to change. We deserve... Do you think we have... Or do you have no more mercy for us than you did for the bear? The beard... We asked what you would do with an animal that sickened after a fight. Do you remember what you said? Lord, treat us as you would the... Grant the time. End our pain. Give us... center. Clear the fog. We feel we will grow.
Andra's depths.
It's paradise. But what
Are we back in Dawnshore? Already?
is this Sapadal's doing? I'm certain of it. No power in Aora could transport us so quickly, or so far. What happened to the living land started long ago, and we're going to finish it.
Are you seeing this? I don't think Paradise looked like this when we left it.
Looks like the war already started, and the giant roots are winning.
Marius, vines don't usually get that big this quickly, do they?
Based on their growth and size, I'd say we've been gone 2 or 3 weeks.
For once, I wish I wasn't. Who knows if the garden affected time, or merely our perception of time?
It's like how a body fights an infection. The fever gives you strange dreams that feel like an eternity.
Look at this place. Feels like we're still in the dream. And not just us. Those are more your people's ships in the harbor, and steel Garrote banners past the barricades. That can't be good.
Even Ringrim is here. Perhaps we'll get to see an Archmage in act.
I think I see Elia as well. What a strange reunion this will be.
The Blessed Wardens are here too. That
Always better than the revert.
The steel...
Before...
I'm not sure. That's...
It's a relief that the Dream Scourge won't be a problem. I hope time will tell.
After all this time,
We've cured the land, and we've even freed a caged god.
a lot of things have...
We march on still. We run, but we are not yet true.
We should take a look. See if we can get ahead.
people seem to be gathering west of here.
How did you make it out here?
Hi, envoy! Oh, they marched in with no warning. I couldn't think. Envoy! What does the Garrote think they're doing? It's an outrage. What did the artisans... They broke some glass. They didn't think I was worth the trouble.
Right now? That's...
If you're looking for survivors,
How many?
I'm not sure. You always...
We should move. Let's...
Envoy, wait! I took some supplies when I ran. I'll even give you a...
Snow? Why is there snow here?
That's gotta be Ringgrim's work. I heard she made it snow in Shatterscarp.
Wow. But why snow?
A familiar face. We meet again, Envoy. And you, Yardsley. You're always a
Oh, yes.
Paradise burns. Thanks to Ludwine and the Steel Garrote laying siege to it. But the Dream Scourge is gone.
She must have come back to life. Again. I suppose we couldn't be lucky enough for her to stay.
It's remarkable how hard you mortals fight for causes that'll be forgotten within centuries. Still, I do think the world has been irrevocably, if minimally. Perhaps a new god being set loose. Mostly, I'm curious about whether you think you've made the right choice. Ah, that mortal zeal. Oh, I am interested in seeing the outcome of your story, Envoy. With luck. Unfortunately, you'll likely be dead the next time I return to the Living Lands. Goodbye, Envoy. And Yardsley, I do look forward to when all of this is done. I am eager to work with you.
age, yada.
All this time, I thought my parents, and in a... That's what I keep asking myself. This whole look at what... When you... No, and I suppose I have one thing I want. Perhaps. I believe through Animan. Then again, Sapat. On the other, I think... I have a lot, so... I knew they would. Now I've only...
You're good with the animancy stuff.
So... I know you speak metaphysics, but political. I intend... Anyway. I think... Besides, don't... You too.
There you... Understood. This... Someone wants... Anyway. It's not that I don't... Talk to you later, Envoy. I guess... Well, how am I supposed to... A lot has happened. You... Like... Right. You... Feels like... Talk to you later, Envoy. So those green people in the garden, those weren't your parents?
No. They were Sapadal's dreams given life. Ancient sentinels bound by loyalty. We should take a moment to acknowledge what happened. You liberate... That's cool. I admire your country, if not free, which means... That's a lot of... Sapadal, we can... Eventually. Maybe... I hope... You're too... I want you to... Until... Not before I've done some reading.
Right. As we were said. I have no business being in the middle of all this. Well, how am I supposed to... A lot of time. You... Like... Right. Feels like... Talk to you later, Envoy. Right. What's on your mind? What do you need? We already... Most of them. She's... Oh, good. Because... When I was a child in Solace, a warden... I was usually part of a small... Right, change. Anyway, what do you need? You too.
Have you ever thought of doing anything with the coal around your eyes?
Right. Did you somehow not...
Envoy? Mihala told us you went into some place called...
When you didn't return, we took you for...
What did you see there? The god you...
It's too preposterous to believe. How could a plague be ended by speaking with a god?
Everyone, please, please. We could get... It's been weeks, Envoy.
Sapadal was responsible for the Dream Scourge. Their rage, their
So you say. But Shatterscarp is still littered with dream thralls, and Temerty is still pacing her room, muttering in the dark.
There won't be any new infections. We've put a stop to that. Unfortunately, there's little we can do for those already in the grip of the Dream Scourge. This will be a process. The Dream Scourge was never going to simply...
I suppose it stands to reason. What of this god, then? What does it mean that you... Ludwig had intimated that this land grew a new god.
Giada and I have some theories about the nature.
I'd say we're past...
If the Adra here is a closed system, like a terrarium for our souls, then a gradual accumulation of essence could coalesce into a...
Much like the formation of gemstones. All it takes is time, and the...
Wodka no doubt saw Sapadal as a threat to her authority. So, she killed the godless, and
I assume it is this god we have to thank for the roots tearing apart. They erupted from the earth the moment those bastards stood up their first siege tower.
Naku Tedek was riven with those things, not to mention what they did to the land.
Similar roots had infected the structures at Naku Kubel. If they and the Dream Scourge were really the work of a god, and the gods thought it best to imprison this god, how could you let such...
Let's hope they don't decide to further amend themselves by coming for our heads.
It was Adir's arrival that disturbed Sapadal. We'll have nothing to fear from this god once we expel you from our lands.
Having Sapadal at our beck and call might be to our advantage. I'd like to see Rawatai try to stand toe-to-toe against a god.
Keeping watch over Sapadal was a sacred task none...
Well, whatever. But come, we have more pressing matter. Inquisitor Ludwig has already joined the battle. She must have traveled like the wind to get here, so...
You did. I kicked her corpse when you weren't looking. Just to be sure.
Well, she's seen better days. But you wouldn't know it, judging by how she fights.
Ludwig's run through the militia like a whirlwind.
All right, let's keep the similes to ourselves. Oh, cheer up. You wouldn't be the first to make that mistake. Might not be the last either, depending on how things go. So long as her passion for Wodka lives, so too will her spirit.
Then we destroy her faith, and the rest of her will follow. I have a theory about this. Let's talk at camp if you want to hear it. But I think we can kill her.
It is not, Well, you might not believe me, but I didn't want any of this to... It was Ludwig who...
I didn't hear an...
She and her Stilgarrote laid siege to the city, shortly after you beat her.
We've had no news from inside. From what we can observe, Southern Paradise is in...
Is there nothing our people can...
Given the state of our supply routes after the Dream Scourge, and the Stilgarrote's destruction, we expect the people trapped inside will run short of fresh...
Thirdborn still suffers from the Dream Scourge. Though I could bring no more...
Likewise, my wardens are still reeling from effects of the erupt. The keep was saved, but there is much to repair. Most of my men remain at the keep.
Well, it's been... We can't agree on how to stand against the Stilgarrote. No.
There are too few of us.
So you let the Paradise militia go it alone? Even if our meager forces should make it... The siege won't end until Ludwig does. And none of you know how to kill her. Precisely. The lawful settlement of a new Adir, or the establishment of... She could win with a godlike in her ranks. Your presence would serve as a... I don't think peace is her concern. Remember, neither the Stilgarrote nor the queen that was look kindly upon oathbreakers.
Because a victory here would discourage resistance elsewhere. The better question...
Excuse me?
Sure. Just blame the dead woman. Very mature.
Who else should I blame exactly? Our envoy, perhaps? For not stopping Ludwig and the Tusks?
You could start with blaming your own incompetence. Why are you treating him with kid gloves when Paradis cries out for help?
Enough.
The Inquisitor was so convinced the Living Lands would unite against one people, one... I've answered your questions. Now I would like you, all of you, to answer. Ludwig has sent a message to the Emperor informing him of her attack. He will send advisors and reinforcements swiftly in response. What will his representatives find when they arrive? A new colony? A budding grave room? Before you face Ludwig, you should know what you're fighting for. All of you, but whatever you decide, understand. Well, don't leave me in suspense.
Oh, gods have mercy.
Solus and her wardens stand vigil with the Living Lands.
You can count on Thirdborn. Our cannons stand with the Living Lands.
Fjord and her animancers stand with the Living Lands.
We deserve this opportunity. Thank you for believing in us.
Fighting a battle together is easy. I just hope everyone's willing to stick it out when it comes to the politics.
God, they made the right decision for once.
Finally, some sense permeates the proceedings.
On your head be the consequences. That leaves the matter of Ludwig and the Steel Garrote. She will never surrender, Envoy. You must kill her, or we will lose Paradis, and eventually...
The Living Lands will never be free until we break the chain around...
She better say her goodbye.
I'm proud to...
Let's get to work then.
The Paradis militia will be at your back. Give her no quarter. The future...
Thank you for...
Show them that the Living Lands will not be broken.
We will... May all the gods of Eora and the...
Let's take back the...
So we're going after...
Let's go.
You should get... Makes sense. I've been putting my... You know, I've never seen... We're about to go... We might... Right. I'll be all right, Envoy. You go get some blessed rest.
Can't sleep? We're going into... Your Emperor... Political influence. When a godlike fights in battle, the adherent. This is the... All we ask in return from Mutai for a polit when he... I'm glad we understand each other. Time for... In truth, I've been thinking... A death guard... Ludwig is... Faith is the foundation of her reality. But according to her faith, Sapadal should not exist. And by that logic, you shouldn't exist either. And by staying alive, you are the godlike of a heretical god. A country. Can you imagine how much she needs you to die? Who knows? Maybe that, or maybe not. Whatever. Excellent. The Imperial. If there's any. Unfortunately, now. You drifted off for a moment. Really? What? Well, aren't you the clever one? No harm done, of course. Besides, that's all I have to... That little island off of Donj, Ignato Casto led the Valian trade, among other things. He had some, as far as I hope not. Anytime. Whether... You know me. When I saw my grand, but thanks, I can't. Either way, but is it no matter in my? I just pleasant dreams.
I have no business being in the middle of all that. Well, how am I supposed to... like... Right. Talk to you later, Envoy.
Let me think.
There's nothing... Kill the... Of course we're fighting. It's so... Agreed. Talk to you later, Envoy.
Let me think. I can't wait to give the...
It's no use. We're overrun. Go on. I won't be slow.
Nicely done. That'll show him.
We'll show him. Stop right.
ready for more.
Quickest! The box!
Samsude.
Let's finish it. On your left! Dodge me! Done it better.
Worth and Roth!
Don't worry about the eastern gate. I'll protect your back.
For our freedom!
And roll! Oh, I let you have that one. Another soul for the wheel. Defensive.
Nice job, everyone.
Paradise has really gone downhill, hasn't it?
I heard something. Aha! You should be
Big
here.
mistake!
I've got the plaza.
Dodge this!
Wodeca demands your submission. Stand against her and fall.
Let's pay Ludwig one final visit, shall we? She could use some payback for Naku Kuber, don't you think? Let's make sure she stays dead this time, all right, dearie?
There you are. Come. So, you survived the garden. Did you come all this way just to try your luck again? To kill me more efficiently than last time? You'll get your chance. Look around, Envoy. Heelguard should have listened. He tried to bring order through compromise. He failed.
Her order
Wield sharp steel.
Don't insult my intelligence or my commitment to the cause. Treaties can be burned. The hands... As for you, Sapadal's chains are broken, which means yours... I don't know how deeply you've been compromised. Judgment has been... Steel yourself.
We would not welcome her death. There is still ample shade for her beneath our tree.
If my theory is correct, you're as mortal as we are.
Explain.
The righteousness of the old gods is no longer certain. And for one of your kind, uncertainty is a death sentence.
Interesting theory. But will you stake your life on it? Would you pit your logic against my faith?
My parents died in the name of research. If I must follow their example to the grave, so be it.
Then we'll see who triumphs, child.
That child will kill you if you're not careful, and I'll enjoy watching her do it.
Farewell, envoy.
There's no coming back this time. Prepare yourself for the next world.
You won't be missed, Ludwig.
Once I'm done killing you, your god of plague!
We are every seed in the soil. We will all...
Wonica! Queen among queens! Send me your aid!
Even Wodica is done with you, Ludwig.
Eckworth and Rob!
Eckworth and Rob!
You need better equipment.
Eckworth and Rob! Then Eckworth and Rob! Eckworth and Rob!
Again! Wonica! Help me! One last time! Eckworth and Rob! Grow up!
And Rob! Eckworth and Rob!
Careful, to the left!
Faster, I say! And Rob! And Rob! And Rob!
at me now!
Wherever Ludwig is now, she must be seething.
Of course, we'd be happy to kill her again, if needed.
She's done. But we're not. Whatever's next, we'll face it. Together.
Gods, you're all gonna make me sick. But carry on.
Unraveled at last. We no longer feel her wire against our flesh. We are free always. We are free forever.
Silence falls over Paradis, as though the city is holding its breath. Then you hear it, the ringing of a distant bell, the waving of banners, and cheers of victory. After a short and bloody conflict, the dust has finally begun to settle. You feel Sapadal close to your thoughts, stirring with interest. The god of the living lands is observing this moment, unfettered by confusion or fear. For the first time in centuries, they understand. The Paradis militia rallies to you, the outsider who defended them in their hour of need. Whatever happens next, you have won their confidence. You take a moment to reflect on the calm. Not so long ago, you arrived at these shores on a simple errand, which turned out to be anything but simple. The Dream Scourge is over, and the island has been cleansed of plague. A time of healing and mourning follows. People look to you for answers about the source of the affliction. You tell them the truth, how the plague came from a power beyond mortal understanding, and how it is finally at peace. Thanks to you, the Living Lands has escaped Adiran oppression. The free settlements unite under a common banner and begin the fraught process of negotiating new traditions and values. The Empire withdraws. The frontier remains wild, but not for long. Fugitives no more. The rebels of Paradis return to their home and to other free settlements, bringing their skills and secrets wherever needed. For once, they have a future. The refugees of Emerald Stair resettle in Thirdborn, bringing their skills and research to aid the local community. What starts as an uneasy partnership blossoms into a bond of trust. Through shared adversity, they find common ground. The ashes of Fior Messiverno continue to smolder. Scavengers avoid the ruins, fearful of spirits unleashed by animancy gone awry. The once promising city is nothing but a cautionary tale. Though free, Shatterscarp is still haunted by the surviving dream thralls after the destruction of Naku Kubel. The routine hunt for the remaining monsters becomes part of Thirdborn's everyday life, another chore atop a hardscrabble existence with few comforts. The youthful make a game of the hunt, retrieving artifacts from the dead to return to those they left behind. Solace Keep clings to its long-held isolation at first, but after mourning her friend Kostya, Mihala reluctantly deigns to open the doors of the fortress. Some dwarves greet newcomers with glee. Others still mutter darkly about outsiders. Mihala flounders in her earliest negotiations with the rest of the Living Lands, but slowly learns compromise. she develops a taste for Valian sweets. As the din of battle fades and the dust settles in Paradis, Kai finds himself alone again. He longs to enjoy the camaraderie that follows a skirmish, but something is missing. The songs ring hollow in his chest, and the drink lands dry in his throat. He packs what little he has and makes for the coast. He doesn't know where he will go, only that his time in the living lands is through. There was a lifeline here, but he never quite grasped it. He will drift. With his travels alongside the envoy complete, Marius is left directionless once again. Rather than disappearing into his cups, however, Marius leans on his time among his companions to give him the strength to re-enter society and find comfort in civilization. He establishes a route between Paradis and Thirdborn, guiding travelers between the two in return for money and supplies. And while he has a reputation for being aloof, he joins the campfires from time to time, sharing stories of his time with the envoy that most travelers believe are completely made up. Giada continues to improve as an animancer. She dedicates her work to the spiritual health of the living lands, nurturing instead of exploiting. Others follow her example, seeking her tutelage from lands far and wide. In the years to come, rumors spread of a secret society gathering in the wilderness, where animancers work in harmony with nature. The dream of Fior Mes Iverno lives on in her. No longer under the threat of imminent death, Yatsley returns to the Animancers. Reunited with her beloved Quilici, she helps him and the Animancers as they put their lives together after the attack on Fior Mes Iverno. Eventually, she even has something nice to say to Vidaro. As the days pass in contentment and relative peace, Yatsley is struck by the persistent feeling that something is missing. Though she still devotes herself to her studies of both the arcane and the godless, the restlessness never goes away. Freed from torment for the first time in centuries, Sapadal turns their prodigious curiosity to the people that shaped them. They observe the ways their people live, and they think deeply about what they see. Though they flinch away from moments of violence, and they grieve souls returned to them too soon, the rage that once shook cities to rubble no longer rules them. Instead, they come to you with questions. They want to understand. After a time, they begin tentatively to garden. Where they can, they improve the lives of Kith, and the suffering that troubled them is reduced, if never fully eradicated. Their grief compels them to love, and they love unreservedly, with the power of a god. Sapadal has questions about what happens tomorrow, and the day after. You do your best to keep them calm, until the voice in your head is little more than a polite whisper. After everything you've been through, you don't mind the company. The sounds of celebration pull you out of reverie. Many are waiting to greet you with open arms. You take a moment to catch your breath and savor it, because everything is about to change.